What's up, everybody? It's the Legend of W, and I am here to talk about one of my absolute favorite exclusives, and that game is Ghost of Tsushima. Now, before I continue, I am aware that Sucker Punch did announce the release date of their brand new update for Ghost of Tsushima, which includes the multiplayer and some quality of life updates for the single player experience, which is really good, especially New Game Plus and that mysterious merchant, which gives us some new color variations for our favorite costumes. So I can't wait for that. Okay, so moving on, I've been playing this game since launch, which is back in July, and we are in October right now, so I've taken my sweet time with this game, but I'm glad that I did, because I don't know, I have this thing right now where if I play the games more slowly, I feel that I get a much better experience. But that's just my personal taste right now. Ever since the first trailer, I had a feeling that Sucker Punch had something very special for us. I believe I mentioned this in the past. It's rare of me to find a game and be so invested in the world and its characters. And for Ghost of Tsushima to accomplish that, I'm very surprised, because I didn't think that would happen, especially for new IP. And I believe this is true because of the way that the story is written. So in Jin's case, he starts off as an honorable samurai, but going through the middle of his story, he starts to question the way of the samurai and believes that it's flawed. He believes that his uncle's ways is flawed, starts to believe that the way of the shinobi, or in this case, his own way, is the right way and more effective way to take out the Mongols. The Mongols play dirty, so why not play dirty back at them? Of course, this goes against what Lord Shimura believes in, which is the code of honor, and it brings conflict between nephew and uncle, or in this case, father and son, since Lord Shimura wanted to adopt Jin, which I found pretty crazy when I went to that part, but heartwarming at the same time, which is another thing. The relationship between Jin and his uncle is heartwarming. It's very special in this game. You see that connection. Of course, you see other great connections between Jin and other characters as well, especially Yuna, since she saved his life, and she also influences Jin to become the ghost, and she's a great marketer, as I've mentioned before. Despite certain conflicts between some of the characters, you do get that sense of unity between each other. They are working as a team in order to stop the Khan and the Mongols. I believe the first part that really made me feel for the characters in this game is actually Jin's first horse. In this case, I called him Sora. It made me feel very sad. I don't know if you can tell based off of my gameplay if you've seen it, but I felt very sad when Sora was slain down, and he still kept running, trying to get Jin out of danger. And once Sora fell, like I felt like I lost a part of something in the game, and it's the way, again, it's the way that the story is written that really hits you hard in certain points in the game, and it makes me more determined to defeat the Khan even more. Of course, there are some light moments like Jin drinking some sake with Yuna, and of course anything with Kenji basically. But overall, the theme of Ghost of Tsushima is loss of your family, loss of your friends, a loss of your own people, and losing your own country to this invasion. And it kind of motivates you, at least for me in the game, to be strong and to fight for your country and to save your people. And unite as one in order to defeat your enemy. Another thing that broke me down, which is something that I didn't really expect, but it occurred in the final mission of Ghost of Tsushima, which has Jin facing his uncle Lord Shimura, or his adoptive father in this case. It was a very tough moment. I didn't expect it. I don't know why I didn't expect it. I don't know. I felt that Lord Shimura would just let his nephew go, but I mean, he is an honorable samurai and he follows the code. So I guess it's not surprising that that scene happened. And it was just very hard because I didn't want to face the person that has raised Jin and who has mentored him to be not only a warrior, a great warrior, but a great man as well. And it's not that I'm angry with Sucker Punch or anything like that. I'm actually very glad that they've written this scene the way it is, because it really hits you in the heart, I believe. And that's one of the things that, again, I mentioned. It's very hard for a game to captivate me like that and get me so invested in the world and its characters. And that particular mission or part in the game really made me believe that this game is something much more special than a lot of other games that I've seen throughout this gen. Now, after the fight, what was really interesting is I had two choices: either to kill Lord Shimura or to spare his life. Of course, I went through both endings, and while they're not totally different, I mean, obviously, if you kill Lord Shimura, you kill him. You spare him, you spare him. There are some small dialogue changes here and there, but it's not so significant. At the very end, you end up just being the ghost. Now, which of these endings is canon? Honestly, to me, sparing Lord Shimura's life is the actual true ending of the game. And one of the reasons why I believe so is based off of what we've seen throughout the story. And of course, based off of Jin's actions as well. We see Jin start out as an honorable samurai, as I mentioned not too long ago. And throughout the story, you start to see him question about the code of honor of a samurai and how much more effective it is to become the ghost and defeat the Mongols while they don't see you, basically. And utilize tools that will not only terrify them, but eliminate them much more quicker and much more efficiently. I think it was pretty clear that Kodokan was not afraid of the samurai because he knew about their tactics, but he was a lot more afraid of Jin because of his unpredictability. And that was what made the ghost to begin with. I haven't even brought up Jin's father, Lord Sakai, who I believe is very similar to Jin. Overall, Jin ends up by himself. I mean, of course, he does have his horse, or at least in my case, my horse Nobu, and Yuna, but he lost his family. Like, completely, and that's very sad. The story is such a strong part in this game, and I haven't even gone through the graphics, the music, the gameplay in this game. Let's go through the graphics real quickly. What a beautiful game this is. The environments, absolutely stunning. I did not think that this game would run so well on my original PlayStation 4. Of course, there are some frame hiccups here and there, but overall, I would say maybe 98% of the game is smooth. And what I'm most impressed about technically is how quickly the game loads when you teleport from one place to another. I'm so shocked at how quick it is. I don't know what Sucker Punch did, but that studio is insanely talented. to be able to accomplish that. One of the things that I'm so impressed about, oh my god, the loading time, incredibly quick. Who would have thought? Well, I'm very happy that this game came out on PlayStation 4. I truly believe that this game was meant for the PlayStation 5. With a little extra power, the world of this game would be even better looking than what it is. But that says a lot about how Sucker Punch handled this on the PlayStation 4, and that's a standing ovation right there, in my opinion. I personally haven't seen many samurai films, or the old samurai films, but just based off of what I've seen in this game, you can tell that Sucker Punch has really studied hard to make sure that they brought you as much of an authentic experience as possible. And that's something that I appreciate. Now, the audio in this game, obviously very, very well done. And as I mentioned before, you can tell that Sucker Punch studied hard to bring us that very authentic experience for this game. It's just very well done. I really have nothing else to say about the audio. It's just very good. Another really strong part about this game is the gameplay, which has helped me go through the world of Tsushima and helped me go through the story and not get bored not one single time. Now, the last open world game that I truly enjoyed playing was Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. So looking at Ghost of Tsushima, I'm so impressed of the arsenal that you have. The charm system is really good because it helps customize Jin to your playstyle. In my case, I wanted Jin to deflect enemy attacks easier, on top of that be harder to be detected, and gain more resolve. Whether you want to fight head on, increase health and more damage, or if you want to keep yourself at a distance, increase your bow damage, you have a whole bunch of different things that you can pull off to make your character the way you want and be very effective. There is a leveling system in the game, but I believe it doesn't really take that much time to max out, especially if you do the side missions, which is actually something I recommend you do so that way you can get stronger quicker and you can utilize all the tools you want in the game, so that way you can have a lot more fun. If I had the power to improve the gameplay, I would add more moves to Jin's stances, because for a legend like him, I think he deserves some more skills. If I had the power to, say, improve Ghost of Tsushima with the sequel, I would definitely try to improve the side missions. Open world games have this big problem with fetch quests that I believe gets a little bit boring at times. And of course, this does increase the time you play within the game, but I feel that you can be a little more dynamic in that aspect. Maybe make the story a little more heavy, make it more interesting instead of just going back and forth with you know, oh, I'm going to help this person out, and oh, wait a minute, this bad thing happens, and boom, the end. Of course, I get it. It's a minor side quest, so it's not, maybe it's not supposed to be so important, but why not try to make it a little more important so that way it makes a difference in the world. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Overall, Ghost of Tsushima is an absolute classic, and it is definitely one of the best Sony exclusives out there in my opinion, and definitely the right way to end this generation. And so I will give this game an easy 10 out of 10. Anyways, everybody, that is going to be it. So thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments section below what you think about Ghost of Tsushima. Smash like and smash the bell button for more, and I'll see you later in the next video. Peace.